Hey, what's up everybody? It's Friday, so it's time for a Fright Friday review, and this week was Musical Madness. I chose the movie Suck, so I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer for you, show you my copy, and then go ahead and talk about it. So here we go.
Being famous ain't all it's cracked up to be.
This tour's my last chance. I'm not giving up. You're getting old.
You want money?
We're sleeping in the hearse tonight?
I would say you're 30 pounds of junk food and a retail job away from killing yourself.
I'm going out with some friends.
That is a friend of yours? Well, you look different.
I'm the same old Jennifer. Nothing different here.
Something really strange happened tonight. What? People were really receptive. Do you have vampire powers?
Yes. I'm super fast. Plus I can turn into fog.
Get out!
It's not what it looks like.
What happens on the road stays on the road.
I mean, this vampire thing might even help us.
Every rock station in the country's picked up the single.
Did he just say we're gonna be famous?
Yes.
I gotta go call my mom.
You okay?
Try some poopy.
What if I told you we could be human again? We need to go.
Alright, skipping the next trailer here, let me pause that. Okay, so then that's my copy of the movie Suck right there. I got it signed by Alice Cooper when I met him. Hopefully, I have met Malcolm McDowell. Hopefully he'll do another convention and I'll be able to get him to sign this as well. When I had met him, I didn't own this movie yet. So here's the cover. Suck has the potential to become a cult classic. We got the back. And bonus features, we got a making of documentary, Down to the Crossroads, how to make a movie suck, including cast and crew interviews, audio commentary with writer, director, I'm not sure how to say his last name, but Rob Stefanuk. He also plays Joey, the lead singer in the movie. And then there's a bonus music video, Flesh and Bone. There's the back. Twilight meets True Blood with a dash of Rockstar, MTV.com. Rock and Roll Never Dies. The winners are a down and out band who find their road to stardom by riding rock and roll's highway to hell. It all begins when the bass player, Jessica Perry, disappears with a mysterious vampire and reemerges with a sexual charisma that drives the audiences wild. Now the winners are topping the charts and blazing a bloody trail across North America with legendary vampire hunter Eddie Van Helsing, Malcolm McDowell, hunting them along the way. Who knew fame and immortality could suck like this? Alright. So basically, well, let's see. This movie came out in 2009. Jessica Perry, as I was saying, was Jennifer. Paul Anthony plays Tyler. Mike Lobel plays the Sam. Chris Ratz, the one with the nosebleed that was saying we have to get out of here. Well, not nosebleed. He had blood all over him. They said it was a nosebleed, and they were like, that's a lot of blood. And they just acted like it's normal. That was a funny scene. So it has its comedic aspects to the film as well. Let's see. Iggy Pop plays Victor. Dave Foley was the manager. Alice Cooper plays the bartender. And as you can see from the trailer, one night while they're leaving the club, Jennifer goes out with this creepy looking dude right here, who obviously vampire just by the looks of him. And they end up leaving her in Montreal because she doesn't come back, and she shows back up later once, I forget if they were in Toronto or if they were back in the US or not, because they were touring in Canada, and then they got this show in New York that they're supposed to do that, what's the manager's name? Dave Foley. Yeah, Jeff. I'm sorry. Forgot his name for a second there. The manager who's promised them, like, there's all these producers there and everything, but he's just a really bad manager. At one point, he even tells Joey that he should fire him. He's such a bad manager. And as they're traveling through and she comes back, people like the show, and people are really enjoying it only because of her being all hypnotic and everything, and they don't know why she's acting so weird. And they stop at this gas station, and this is where Hugo, he's the first one that finds out she's a vampire. The gas attendant is played by Danny Smith, who was in the show Big Wolf on Campus. What was his name? Merton on that show. So it was funny to see his little cameo in there. And she sticks a straw into his neck and starts sipping the blood through the straw. And Hugo is the first one to see it. And she acts like nothing's wrong. He passes out thinking it's a dream at first. And she promises him immortality if he helps her dispose of the body. So basically Hugo is the first one that gets pulled into this to help dispose the bodies along the way. And the rest of the band, they don't find out till like the third show, when they're hanging out with Moby in the hotel room. He heads to her room to get some papers, and she ends up killing him, of course. And they walk in while she's drinking the blood from his arm, and they're all just terrified at first, of course, because here she is, their bandmate's a vampire. But then they don't really care because their music is catching on, or they're starting to love her popularity. And Joey is reluctant. He wants to sort of, kick her out because vampire, but he agrees reluctantly. But he comes up with rules that she can't feed on any more people or kill them, and no one else in the band is to become a vampire. Which, of course, she breaks those rules, and they all become vampires except Joey at first. And while they're touring, of course, Hugo's the one that's cleaning up the bodies, and what's Malcolm McDowell's name on there? The Helsing character, Malcolm McDowell. Look at the back there. Eddie Van Helsing, who lost his girlfriend, is tracking them down, wants to kill the queen vampire, get his revenge from his lover being killed years back. And there's one point where they stop to record a new album, Iggy Pop's character Victor, and he can tell that she's a vampire, and he's trying to warn Joey, not to trust her. And of course, can't trust vampires, them being turned into the rest of the band turning into vampires. Ugh. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't talk. Okay, so, and he's having these visions about Alice Cooper, that being a crossroads in his life, and he has a choice to make. So, unfortunately, he turns to the dark side, becomes a vampire himself, but he regrets it, and he tries to get some help from Eddie there. And there's a good little twist at the end. So, basically, he wants to try to become human again. It's just his journey as a vampire and rock and roll fame, and the price he pays for becoming a vampire. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't really want to spoil anything else, but it's got some good kill scenes, vampire kill scenes in there, good music. This is one movie that definitely doesn't suck. You should check it out. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time.